Hello YouTube, welcome to Matter of Opinion. I'm Walls P, and today we're revisiting the topic, self-sabotage. Now we heard a lot of feedback from our listeners and viewers, and they said, how can you do self-sabotage without a woman's perspective? Well, today we answered your call. Now, for those who didn't see the first episode, the link will be down in the description, so check it out and then come back and see this video. Now, we have a woman guest on today to help speak on the subject of self-sabotage. Her name is Ashley. Sit back, grab your cup of coffee, your water, whatever it is that you need. But sit back and enjoy the ride. Time for me to hold it down, time for me to break it down. Y'all cats don't wanna see me. Y'all better mind your P's and Q's.
All right, so we're back again. Round 2, self-sabotage. So the viewers said that they wanted a female's perspective. So, I had to bring a special guest all the way from Connecticut, Miss Ashley.
Hi, everybody.
So to give them, to make you guys feel more comfortable with a female's perspective and stuff like that. So the first topic of self-sabotage, we're not going to go in exact order, actually. Let's start with compassion. Us men can show a lot of compassion in terms of, when we break up with the female, or even towards dealing with the female itself, and you guys are complete savages. You guys, as soon as we break up, you guys are like, yeah, let's go out and forget about this dude. And your friends are the ones that do it too. Your friends are like, you know what? I think sis just broke up with her boy. Let me text her. Let's go out and have a drink. Maybe I can, hook her up with somebody from the bar or club. You know what I mean? That's how y'all do. That's how y'all do. Us men, we take a minute. We think about it. We like, damn. Sure, I really just broke up with Shorty. Should I call her? Should I reach out to her? Like, I kind of do miss her. We take a good minute to get over our feelings, so it's kind of, but like I said, women's perspective, let's hear from it.
When we break up with somebody or we are broken up with, I guarantee you we are hurt about it. If we are not, it's because you've been screwing up for a long time and we just sick of it now. Now you are cut loose and we can go live our lives. But if there was, if we get broken up with and we didn't see a problem with the relationship at all, our feelings are hurt. We're not immediately going out with the friends, and if we are, because they probably knew what was going on, like word for word, verbatim as it was happening, and we need comfort, we need company, is not to go find a new dude. It's just to go relax and to forget about what just happened.
Oh, to go relax. You see
Yes.
that?
That's it.
Yeah, that's relaxing to go find a new dude. And that's kind of funny though, cause y'all will sit there and use different terms for the same meaning that we use it for, and it's
Like
funny.
what?
Like the way you just use relax. Okay, our definition of relax is getting a massage, from a woman, have a drink in our hands, and just chilling, watching the game or something. You feel me? Or we enjoying our woman's company. Y'all different definition of relax is like shopping. Y'all will, if you just broke up with a dude, y'all will be with the dude, let the dude rub on your shoulders a little bit, buy you a drink. Y'all definition of relax is kind of broad.
See, when y'all say relaxing, immediately you included another woman in there.
I said a woman. It doesn't have to be another woman.
Immediately, you don't even have to be romantically involved with her. You just put a woman in there.
I'm just saying, you could be romantically involved with the woman, but I'm just saying in general aspect.
Okay.
In a general aspect, yeah.
So listening to the two of you, here's my take on things. The difference is, if a woman did a guy dirty and was cheating through the relationship and they wind up breaking up, the guy will be hurt and mad, whatever, and be vulnerable and be pissed off. For her, she already moved on. Mm-hmm. Once she break up with you because of infidelity, she already moved on. With a guy, if they're caught doing dirty and stuff like that, their feelings aren't involved with that woman. Their still feelings involved and dedicated to the woman at home. Huh?
Which is what I don't understand. Why y'all
Yeah.
do that?
Because okay, so if a guy is caught cheating, whatever, and you know, the woman dumps him, whatever, he's still in pain too, because he still was emotionally attached to you. And the reason why you say you don't understand that is because sex isn't important to women, but sex is important to a guy.
Exactly.
It's just the fact that a guy like needs to release. That's what it comes down to. A guy needs to release. Like,
exactly.
Women can have sex and not have an orgasm, but still have great sex.
Mm-hmm.
For dudes, we just need to release.
Yeah, sometimes we don't have a choice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, unfortunately, yes. But for a guy, they just need to release. That's why, like, a lot, like, I guarantee you, every guy 9 times out of 10 on a daily basis would want their woman to just come up to him, get them off, and be good. Exactly. If a woman did that,
it would be no cheating.
Yeah, it would be
no
absolutely. That's why there's a slogan: never let your man leave the house hungry or horny.
Mm-hmm.
If those two things are, and I know people say a happy wife, happy life. A happy husband is a loyal husband.
Exactly.
So, that's just my 2 cents. But y'all can carry on with the topic of compassion. But
see, that's the thing though. We want that too. You know, if we're just doing whatever, I don't know how explicit we can get on here, but we want y'all to just come up and just do whatever. Cause, well, not whatever, but what we want you to do.
See, I'm speaking through experience. Me. If you keep me happy, you know, sexually and everything like that, it's gonna be my duty to keep you happy too.
Exactly.
If a guy is making sacrifices and like it's taking him away from himself, he's gonna be miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, he's not gonna want to like go out his way to make you happy. But if you take your time to make that guy happy, anything you ask for, that guy is gonna make happy because make happen because he's happy.
That brings me to another point.
Uh-huh.
Y'all need to speak up and say when you're unhappy in a relationship. Because just the same way y'all can't guess about us, we can't guess about y'all.
Can I speak on this? Here's my thing. A guy in the beginning of any relationship will tell the woman, yo, this is what I like. 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 At first, from speaking experience for me, at first, those things are met. But soon as like the longevity sets in and it's like everybody get comfortable, those things stop being done. Mm-hmm. Where, say for instance, you used to have sex in the park or something, or in the car, or, you know, doing things sporadically. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, now that you're on the verge of marriage or like deep committed, it's like, oh, I can't do that stuff. That's not ladylike. But when I got with you, that's what we was doing.
Exactly.
So why, like with a guy, you cannot backslide. Once you do something, like if you suck a dude's toes or something, that's where it's, I'm just saying, if you suck a guy's toes or something, a guy will not backtrack to a woman that won't do it. It's just like if you're dealing with a guy that has his own house, mm-hmm. the next guy he's got to have a house. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you won't. You won't down.
Y'all set standards. You feel me? And what y'all fail to realize is the standards y'all set, y'all have to keep at that level or go above because
that's for guys too though.
Yeah, well, that's for guys
sexually,
too.
Sexually for guys.
Sexually
sex
for
is very important.
Yeah,
to
sex is a must, and there's no guy in the world. Well, it might be a few, but there's no guy in the world that's gonna be like, okay, I don't want sex. Like, no, that's. If
they do, they're lying to try and play Mr. Nice.
Yeah, they're trying to look innocent, but secretly they probably been visiting a few porn sites on occasion. You know, shout out to Jake from State Farm.
But I guess why is it like you said that guys should say what they want? But why is it that women always request guys to know what they're thinking? Like, women love for guys to know what they're, like, do things without the woman asking.
And that's my thing. And that's my thing. We give y'all subtle signs. We do.
That don't work.
We do. But when you give us subtle signs, we pay attention, do we not? As a guy.
Nah, no. Sometimes I'm so over my head.
I'm gonna give that 50-50, okay? 50% of the guys will pay attention, 50% of the guys will probably won't. But regardless, the 50% that do, we pay attention to little subtle signs. Like if for example, if you don't like a certain tea or a certain type of coffee, you know, you'd be like, you'll keep that on the other side of the kitchen or whatever, and then we'll pay attention to that and be like, you know what, I ain't gonna buy this brand no more. Cause she's not even drinking it, it's just a waste of money. You know what I'm saying? That's how we think. You feel me? But y'all, when we do that, when we be like, you know, I'm just gonna throw this lingerie right here on the bed and see what happens. Y'all are looking at it like, oh, you want me a nice lingerie set? Okay, I'll wear it sometime, and then never get worn. It just be in there. It just be in that bottom left drawer. It's exactly where it be, and it's you know, you can't expect us to, you know, openly communicate with you when you don't look for our signs, and you know, you expect us to do the same for you. Like it doesn't work. And then it's also the fact y'all don't listen.
Wow.
Y'all
let her get her points off. Let her get her points off.
Okay, so first of all, I'm a very honest person. I'm an open person. If I have anything on my mind, you will hear it. And for the dudes I've did it before, they like to play the guessing game. I don't have time for that. Either tell me what you're feeling, like even if you don't know exactly, just say something, you know, anything, because just like how y'all can't read us, we can't read you. And it's frustrating because y'all love to say, oh, when a woman feels like something's not going right, she go and she cheat or she break up. No, that's not the case. What was your other point?
Y'all don't listen, period. Because look, in certain instances, and I've noticed this in every single relationship, and even watching my friends and stuff. When we tell y'all something, y'all will have a rebuttal for it, or y'all will be stubborn towards it. And what I mean when y'all have a rebuttal towards it, we could be like, you know what, I'm kind of feeling like eating some steak today. Look, you want to let's go to Outback Steakhouse. Y'all be like, oh, you know, steak will make you fat. Let's go to Olive Garden and get a salad and some breadsticks. Like that's how every single time you say something, y'all will have a rebuttal for it.
And here's a question, whatever, too. Like, why do women, say for instance, like, because do we agree, like, women react on an emotional basis and think about the repercussions later?
Yeah.
You agree with that or no?
Yeah.
Not all the time.
Okay. So why is it that with guys, like, say if a guy tell a woman, like, their likes and dislikes, if a guy is mad at a woman with their likes and dislikes, we're not gonna purposely do our, like, if we're mad at you, purposely do the dislikes just to piss you off. Women, when y'all in y'all emotions, y'all purposely do things just to piss the guy off.
That's facts.
As a means to hurt that man.
Well, that's facts. That's facts.
Why?
We're petty.
And that's the thing, like,
the most simple answer I could give.
And it's crazy because we'll sit there and we'll try to work it out with you, or we'll try to explain why the situation is what it is, and y'all will still sit there and try to be petty.
And
like,
the thing is, like, once you go petty, that just exacerbates the situation where it's like, the remorse I had, that's done.
Done. Exactly.
It's done.
Exactly.
You know, so
now we thinking like, you know what? I might start needing to look for a replacement.
Yeah,
Cause
like, and then your mind go straight into defense mode. Like,
exactly.
It goes from trying to reconciling and making things better to, you know what? It is what it is.
It ain't worth the headache.
Yeah.
It also depends on the degree of what you don't like and what you do like, because if something goes down or whatever, and before you have told us, you know, hey, don't do this because this happened in my past and it's affected me negatively, chances are we won't do that. Like, only the worst of the worst will go and do that. That's a different level of petty. That's, you know, personal. They are probably a bad person. However, if you say,
not gonna name no names.
if you say, you know, don't leave a fork on the countertop, can you please put it in the sink? And you piss us off, we're probably gonna leave the fork on the countertop.
You see, and that's the pettiness. Like, y'all don't think logically. Like, you know what?
Oh no, we thought it through. We just waiting to see the fallout.
Wow. So now we know. Now we know, guys. Yeah. Now we know. They actually think it through. They're just curious about the fallout. Yeah. That's what it is. It's the curiosity.
Because if you pissed us off, it's probably something that we've told you not to do, and then you did it. Either you weren't thinking about it, or you did it on purpose, and we go, wow, he really just sat there and did that. Right on the countertop.
Wow.
See, but that's the thing, though, because mistakes will always be made.
Exactly.
Left to right. A guy will most likely flip out on you, but not do something like purposely to, like, be vindictive and piss you off. So yeah, if an issue arises, whatever. Now I get it. For guys, first reaction is to lash out, but you can't ask for a guy to be open and say what they mean, and not take the good and the bad with it, so to speak. So, cause I know me, once I'm pissed off, I'ma lash out like, why the hell, you know? And another question: why does it seem so hard for women to say sorry?
Exactly.
Okay, I don't know about this one because personally I say sorry all the time.
Have you ever had one of your friends tell you a situation and they was like, it could have been evaded if they would have just said sorry, or had they ever said anything of the lines, I knew I was wrong, but still, exactly. I had to. Do you recall any situations like that?
Not in my friends.
Okay.
But you know, I would hear like, you know, friend of a friend, you know, type of story. And I would listen to it and I go, well, what's the big deal? You know, if you're wrong about something, just say, you know, even if you don't want to say sorry exactly, you know, just sit there and shut up.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Guys do that too.
Oh, no. Hold on. You doing too much right now. You doing too much. Let's slow that down. Well, first of all, if we know we fucked up, we really fucked up, we will go lengths to try to make up and apologize to the female. We will go lengths. And that's a proven fact. That's a proven fact.
I understand that, but I ain't saying no names, but let's just say I had a situation where my boy was blasting on this chick about something that was lost or whatever the case may be. He later found it and it was his wrong. And he was like, yo, I'm not saying nothing. If I go back and say something, I'm going to get accused how, yo, you always blame me for everything, yada, yada, this, that, and the third. So he knew the blowback would have been, so pretty much anytime like he come to say like, yo, you lost this or you did that, it could always go back to that time of, but you said that last time and it was you, not you, get what I'm saying? So
Jake, we talking about
guys, you get some, you know what I mean? You get some guys that do that. They don't want to say sorry or my bad. But
my thing is though, like, you know, when it comes to women, like y'all really would not apologize. And you know this, previous person, she messed up really bad, whatever, with one of my friends. I'm not gonna say it's Jake. Actually, you know what? Should I say the person's name? No, I'm not gonna put you on blast, bro. I got you. So she basically messed up with him, the person name, and then later on she realized that she made the mistake of blaming him for stuff that he had no control over, or whatever. It was some little petty stuff. She was petty throughout the whole thing, and then she finally came to her senses after she thought about it logically and did not apologize to this man. Did not. Still to this day. And this man is with her, and he's trying, and she still has yet to apologize. And that is the shit that I don't agree with. Like, if y'all will really sit there and make us feel guilty for shit we didn't even do.
Yeah.
Y'all really will. And then we'll be like, damn, should I say I'm sorry? Like, and it's wild. Like, you know, it's wild. But, you know, y'all should work on that. That's a universal thing y'all need to work on.
Have you ever had a situation like that or no? That you were guilty of?
No.
Okay. So,
I'm a good person, y'all.
She's Christian, y'all. She's Christian.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm Catholic.
Oh, see, look. You see, she got out the Christian hole. She's Catholic. I mean, listen. She's Catholic. Y'all know what that means.
Because with me, it's you know, if I'm like, say we're debating something.
Yeah.
And there's, you know, facts and fiction to it. If I go, wow, you sound stupid because you're wrong, let me look it up to prove that I'm right. And if I end up being wrong, I'd be like, oh, damn, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But if I went all out and, you know, I started calling you names and I started making a big scene, I'm probably not going to say I'm sorry, but I will just stop talking.
So you won't say you were wrong.
Exactly. So that's my thing. Like, yo,
so you just confirmed.
That's a universal thing, especially if we point out stuff that y'all did that we don't like. Y'all will not say I'm sorry. Y'all, if you do say sorry, it's a sarcastic way, and you can hear the sarcasm. You really can, and y'all just be like, "No, I said I was sorry." I'm like, no, the way you said it, sarcastically. You said it sarcastically, so it doesn't...
Depending on how big of a deal I made it, I quicker say, you're right, than I'm sorry.
And that's my thing. Like, no dude wants to hear, yo, you right. That's some homie stuff.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's like if I'm chilling with my boy and we having the heated debate on who gonna win the championship for the ABA.
And what is the going theme for a woman? Don't talk to me like I'm one of your friends.
Friends, exactly.
I'm more than a friend.
Exactly. But then y'all will hit us back with the same friendship shit that we do with our friends. Like, I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm like, yo, y'all, I don't know. Y'all gotta work on it. It's a universal thing.
All right, so here's a question for you. When you watched the first video, I know you aren't gonna remember everything of it.
Mm-hmm.
What was the thing that like crossed your mind as far as the video, like that rubbed you the wrong way? And I know you're not gonna remember every detail, but like if you can vaguely think, what rubbed you off the wrong way, like watching it, so to speak?
Immediately, stop calling women females, please. That's my very first point. If you're saying a sentence and the sentence includes men and female, boys and female, don't do that. Boys and girls, men and women. Because if you say female, it breaks us down to biology. There's no personality in it. There's no humanity in that. That's just, it's just, I don't know, it's dehumanizing.
But isn't that what your sex gender is? A female? So I mean, I'm still confused on that. Like,
if you are saying something and you go, yeah, men and female, don't do that.
Alright, so here's my question. Is it okay to refer to guys as a dude, or my boy, or my homie, or any term other than a male or a man?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're saying male or dude or guy, that's pretty much the same thing, because you're not using the term man.
Yeah, but if you go up to an animal and you don't say, oh, is that a girl or a dude? You say male or female, right?
Exactly my point. You know,
that's an animal.
It's regardless of the species. Yeah. It's still you're still broken down in male or female.
If you're going to see a dog and you're going to look for a dog, you don't say, oh, is that a girl or a dude? You say that's that male or female.
Right.
So if you're talking about people and you're still using the word female, that's just breaking it down to basic biology.
But the reason I say female though is because now you have men who are not that I'm against gay people or whatever, who are transvestites who have done the surgery transgenders. I'm sorry. Transgenders who have done the surgery and became and identify themselves as women, but they were not originally women. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say female as an originality. As
a politically correct and a respectful standpoint,
right?
Still call them female. I mean women. Damn it! Look, you messing me up.
You see, she's agreeing with me in her head. She's like, yo, female.
You still call them women. If there's trans women, there's trans men. You don't say female and all that.
I'll give you that. That makes a lot of sense.
For me, I'm just blown back, because I'm like, for me personally, I don't care if you call me a dude or like, we got like, for guys, wordage, unless you literally say, yo, use a B or something like that, or like directly, if you're making a direct statement to me, then it becomes a problem. But if you're making a general statement like, yo, dudes just be wilding because of this, I don't know. For guys, we don't take it personally.
Exactly, and y'all take things personally. Y'all really do. Especially
that women go through.
Especially if we be like, this ain't got nothing to do with you. Y'all will take that so personal. Like, yo. It's wild. Like, y'all will sit there and y'all will be like, oh, it don't got nothing to do with me. It got everything to do with me.
Yeah. Cause like I said, what the thing is, a lot of women even when they saw the self-sabotage video, they took everything pretty much personal.
Right?
And I'm like, the video wasn't made to be personal shots, because you're talking about how guys self-sabotage, and I'm defending like, whoa. Women gotta compete. Gotta deal with this situation from a dude.
Exactly.
But it was just literally took as, two guys speaking on self-sabotage, just bashing women.
And then I had a lot of women actually hit me up, and they were like, yeah, I don't have a dude for everything, right?
We really don't.
Y'all really don't?
We don't.
That's what you're saying right now?
I'm saying that right now.
That's interesting.
Because the guys I have in my phone, I give everybody, like, say, you know, I'm looking for a relationship. I give everybody the same amount of attention in the beginning, and then I narrowed it out. Because, say, you know, I don't think our personalities would match. You're out. Here's the rest of the run-in. You are in a location that I'm really not trying to be at. You're out. Here's the rest of the run-in. But I don't have a dude for nails, hair, food, and all that.
But hold up. I'm about to get to this. But do you have male friends, right?
No.
That you hang out with? No?
I really don't. Because they always start out, they always say, hey, let's be friends. And
But for the females that have male friends, right?
Women.
Well, for the women, I'm sorry. Let's be politically correct right now. For the women,
I appreciate that.
For the women that have male friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are the same women that are like, oh, I don't have a dude for everything, but yet you're still hanging out with your male friend, and he's taking you to get your nails done. He's taking you out to the movie. He's taking you to get something to eat. So, you know, to say you don't have a dude for everything, it's like that defeats the purpose of denying that, right?
I mean, if you have a male friend.
It's still a guy.
But that's a friend, though.
Still taking you out to get something to eat.
If you are in a relationship with a girl and they have a friend who's a dude and you're feeling threatened by him, he's a friend. You know?
Okay, no.
There's no...
Okay, here's my thing. If women say, you know, they don't have a guy, you know, a male for certain things, whatever, then why is it that if this is your quote-unquote friend, why is it like if you go out to eat, women feel that the guy is obligated to pay for everything?
I don't know.
If that's just a friend, and there's no potential of anything leading on.
Why can't you pay for your own?
Why can't you pay for your own?
My personal rule is whoever invites the other person, they pay. Like if I say, hey, let's go out to this place and eat, I'm expecting to pay. But if you hit me up and you go, hey, let's go to this place, I'm expecting you to pay.
See, you're different.
Yeah,
you're different.
Completely
because,
different.
Yo, I've had conversations with women where they're like, yo, money is tight, but I want to do all this, all of that.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, so do it. I don't have the funds. Then it's like, well, do you want to go? But you don't have the funds. Hint. So basically, you're saying you don't have the funds, but you want to go on my expense.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm not tapping it or nothing, but you want to go on my expense for your adventures.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's awesome.
But you know what? You know what's even more crazy? Y'all will sit there and deny that you have anything to do with your male friends. But then when we have a female best friend, it's like, oh, you cheating with her. You doing this with her. So y'all just do the most sometimes. Like y'all will be like, I remember one time I was in a relationship, and I had my best friend, one of my female best friends, and she called me at like, I think it was like 10:30. And you know they say your homie hours is from 9 to 10.
Yeah.
But I made an exception because that's my female best friend. I know her for a long time. And she called me and she was telling me about, you know, she had just had an argument with the dude or whoever she was with or whatever. And the person I was in a relationship with got so heated because I was giving her advice and we were talking through whatever we was talking through. She got so heated. She was like, is she your woman or am I your woman? And I was just like, wow, the pettiness. And
as a side note, y'all, don't be threatened by somebody if they say they're a friend. If you notice something different, you bring it up with your partner and you go, hey, I wasn't comfortable with this and this. Okay?
I will say this.
But y'all never comfortable with the female best friend.
Nah, I will say this though. I had a buddy of mine, and he was dating this. He had a girl, and I think she was like in a bike club or something where it's like a whole, like, you know, around a whole bunch of dudes, whatever. So your man was literally taking it personal, like, yo, man, I can't have you, my chick, you know, you with me, but when you out there, you with a whole bunch of different penises just chilling, like in a circle, like, and I'm just like, yo, is this guy serious? So you do get some dudes that are very like,
territorial.
Yes, territorial, and they like, if a woman has any type of male friends, they're like,
But then
who is this dude? Like, why are you always talking to him?
But then you got the dudes like us where we just like, all right, you want to go chill with your friends, whatever, cool, go ahead. But as long as you know where your loyalty stands and where what you need to do when you go out. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You feel me? That's the type of dudes we are, and it's especially like if we're we're dating you or whatever, like fully dating you. You know, that's just the type of respect that we show you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We expect that same respect. Like if we go out with our female friends, like you to trust us.
Because my thing is, if you're gonna go out, do whatever. This, that, and the third. Now, if the dude's penis wound up in your mouth, that's not on me. That's the decision you made.
That's the decision you
You
made.
know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I give you freedom. Go do whatever. I don't care. Just like if it goes to a club, I don't care if you grinding on some. Like for me, that stuff doesn't bother me. I'm not a jealous person. That's just me. You act like I give total freedom because I know for me, I like my freedom. So it's like, if I like my freedom, then I gotta have the same respect
For your
to give you freedom.
Exactly.
I can't. I'm gonna dish out what I can take.
Yeah.
So if I can't take it, I'm not gonna dish it out.
Right, and that brings me to another point: communication in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And y'all are the most unorthodox group when it comes to communication. And I say this in the terms of, you guys would want us to communicate with you, and then we communicate certain things. Y'all will turn around and use that as fuel for fire to fire back at us. And this goes in retrospect, and also in terms of like if we're dating or whatever, like you guys will, like say if we're freshly dating, you guys will have good communication in the beginning, and then in the middle when you become very comfortable with us, you guys will just be like a couple messages here and there, whatever, and then sometimes it gets to the point where we're like, wait a minute, she used to send me a good morning text every morning. Now it's like, I get a good afternoon text.
It's like you start seeing the communication more and more kind of one-sided.
One-sided, right. And and then you guys expect us to want to do stuff with you and go out with you when the communication sucks. Like it doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny because I noticed the opposite.
Wow.
Like in my last relationship, dude was calling me, every day, good morning every day, because I sleep in, so I'm gonna send a good afternoon regardless. So. And after a couple months, I'd be like, okay, well, I was used to talking to you every day. Because after he stopped calling, I would be like, okay, well, what time do you go to break on work? And then I would call him on that. And then eventually I would call him during his work break and he wouldn't pick up. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's busy at work. I'm just give it a chance. Then I would call him when he got off of work and he wouldn't pick up. And so I'm like, maybe I'm bothering him too much. Let me back up a little bit and give him a chance. And then he just stopped talking to me altogether for a couple months.
Wow.
And then the next time he called me, I cussed him up for it.
Were y'all seeing each other often or stuff like that?
In between, when he wasn't talking to me, no.
See, for me, I'm going to keep it 100. If I'm dealing with you and we having lack of sex, because sex for me is very important,
It is
my
very important.
communication skills is going to get more and more lackluster, where my response time isn't as quick, but the minute I get that thing, then I'm on point with my responses. Like, yo, what's up? Good morning. How you doing? Yo, you want anything?
But
You need my bank account information? So,
exactly.
So,
and that's
a happy guy
is a guy that's going to be
is gonna go out his way to make you happy.
Exactly, and that's the thing about that's the thing about women. I'm sorry.
I appreciate that.
Let's think about women. You guys expect us to go all out for you when you show no interest. You know what I'm saying? You have to show interest in us. You have to be like, hey, did you eat? Or call us, be like, hey, how's your day going? Whatever. It's like, oh, you want me to come over, cook you something? Like, show some interest. You know what I'm saying? And the more interest you show in us, it tells us like, okay, you know what? She's ready to be, for me to do a lot more for her. And then we'll come out of our way to do the best we can for you. And then you have some dudes that regardless if you show a lot of interest or just a little bit of interest, they'll still go out their way for you.
Yeah. Some guys like
and they don't get no respect. And from you guys, and it's kind of it's kind of messed up. It is kind of messed up, and I'm very curious to know why that is. Why? Because I've had Jake. I'm putting you on blast again. Okay, so Jake's situation. Jake had a girl way back before when he was in college, and her name was Cindy.
And you just dropping dimes,
Like,
I'm pretty sure Cindy's gonna see this anyway.
Yo,
so.
this Chris Paul right here. That's why he always say Jake from State Farm.
I'm pretty sure Cindy was. She didn't make the world of money. You know, you have to pay to go to college or whatever. Jake would actually pay her school fees, and then she would pay him later down the line because they were going together. So you know, you do stuff. And the crazy part about it is, she would hardly want to, you know, do stuff with him. She would hardly want to talk, and he would still go out of his way to treat her like a good man should. And I just don't understand that. Like, what do y'all, you know, if you guys didn't want to be with that person, like, and just want to use that person, why don't you just say, hey, can we just have like a friends with benefits thing? Like, you know, I'll let you smash. I don't want a relationship. Let's just, you know, do that. Like,
yeah, they were both wrong. If you telling me they're both wrong, because, you know, first of all, she's wrong for not giving him the time of day, essentially, and still having him pay for her. He was wrong for seeing that she wasn't giving him the time of day and still putting his money for her, you know?
But how does that make him wrong if he's doing his part in the relationship?
In the relationship, exactly.
He's supposed to do that.
Exactly. And before...
So if you go through sorry to cut you off. So if you go through a phase, like say for instance, we're dating, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And you're going through a bad experience. And I'm there for you, trying to provide. So am I wrong for trying to provide while you're falling back?
Exactly.
And we're handling this?
Exactly.
Me as a man, I should be doing my job to kind of.
And this goes back to what I experienced I stated in the first video.
Let her, because she just looked like she was grabbing her thoughts for a minute there.
Because, you know, if it was me and, you know, say I'm going through some shit and I really can't deal with him right now, I would not expect him to keep paying for me. I mean, it's a nice gesture, but I would not expect it.
So
you know?
Why not say it then? Just say, look, right now I'm going through something, so don't pay for it.
I mean, why not just say it?
But
I don't know what Cindy was like.
So later, so here's the thing. Later down the line, if an argument break out, so you're saying there's going to be no talks of, well, when I needed you, you wasn't there for. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like the from what I've learned is those who really care about you will help you in a time of need without you asking. So by your logic, you're saying that goes out the window.
If you still want to do that, that's on you. I myself would not expect you to keep doing that.
Okay.
Just like if I'm doing it for you and I say, hey man, we haven't been talking, we haven't been hanging out, what's going on? I'm gonna have this conversation while still putting money for you.
But if his job is to take care of, like, you know, not provide, but like do his part in helping that woman, how is he in the wrong? If she's not doing what she's supposed to do, but he's still doing... Because you said they're both wrong. I'm just trying to understand what makes him wrong. If he's doing what he's supposed to do for his part of the relationship.
Exactly. And if he's actually trying to be there for that woman, you know, and while she's going through all of her hardships, like, regardless of what's going through, he's still trying to be there and try to help her, you know, cover this, do whatever. It's like...
It's kind of like, say you're dating somebody, right? And he's basically cheating left to right, but you're still cooking, cleaning, giving him some, you know, making sure everything is right. By your logic, what you're telling me is since he's going out cheating, whatever, you're in the wrong for still taking care of, like, doing what you're supposed to do because that's your man.
Yes.
So you're still in the wrong.
Yes.
How?
Because why would you waste your time on him if you know he's doing all that?
I guess so.
I guess that's a fair point.
Yeah.
But at the
that's not a fair. That makes absolutely wrong. That's because you're enabling it. Well, here's the thing. Are you going based off that y'all spoke about it, or you know about it but didn't say anything?
I'm going on the basis that, you know, I assume that I would know.
And you told him about it?
Whether if you tell him about it or if you don't, but if you know or you suspect, don't.
Don't say anything?
No. I mean, what I would best recommend is you stop what you're doing and you sit them down and you say, hey, what's going on? And depending on what they say, you be like, okay, stop your shit, stop acting up, and then you move forward as a couple where you're saying, hey, you did too much, I'm out.
So in the situation with the story of the chick Cindy, did he and her had that have that conversation.
They did have that conversation actually,
and he still kept the
and Cindy the thing about it is Cindy when she after they had that conversation, Cindy stepped up and she started doing what she was supposed to, but it was like 1 week she would do it, the next week she'd fall back, 1 week she'd do it, like it was inconsistent.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm referring to. Like the why do y'all feel the need? Like if we sit down and have that conversation, why do y'all feel the need to not be consistent with it? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Here's what I can think is, if you're stuck in your ways, you're stuck in your ways.
Yeah.
This is why, for me, I say in a relationship or whatever, if you're gonna deal with somebody and you know that, for instance, I'm a homebody. I pretty much don't really go out that much or whatever. So, for me, I know my counterpart got to be a person who's basically a homebody or is good with being in the house, whatever. Because for some people who are outgoing and stuff like that, that's a negative where it's gonna piss them off to the point they're like, yo, this dude don't do nothing. I need somebody who's gonna go out, yada yada, party. I like to party. So that's gonna be a deal breaker. 9 times out of 10, when people start speaking to get into a relationship, for instance, if a guy meet a girl and she's like, yo, I like this guy, I like the guy to spend money on me, make sure I have the finest jewels, the Gucci bags, all of that. And he turned around and he's like, well, I'm frugal. I like to save my money. I'm looking to buy this house, yada yada. Then he turns around, I have a very high sex drive. I gotta have sex at least 3 times a day. And she's like, I'm not big on sex. For me, I can go, 1 week having sex, but they're attracted to each other for the looks. That relationship's not gonna work.
It's not.
But since you appeal to that person physically, you throw all that to the side and you're like, when I get them where I want them, or when she get the D, she's gonna love it. Or once I put it on him, he's gonna start buying me stuff. But you already stated what's your likes and dislikes.
Exactly.
But you still go with it because you find this person so attractive, you just cast it to the side.
And
so
then,
once when problems do arrive, you kind of settle with it because you like, dang, she pissed me off. But that ass though. Or dang, he's nothing. But man, when he lay down that pipe, dang man, like
Jake,
so you get what I'm saying?
Jake, I wonder if that's how you felt.
So that's my take on the matter. That's my take.
But you know what it is on my take. I think personally, a female has to desperately take more women. I'm sorry. A woman definitely has to take more responsibility in terms of knowing what she wants. You know what I'm saying? Is if you're dating a guy, and this guy is trying to be there for you, he's doing what he's supposed to. Anytime you need help, he's there for you. You have to know if you want to be with that guy, and if you don't want to be with that guy, don't waste his time. At the end of the day, because it could be a girl out there that's actually looking for that's a perfect match for this guy, and you're taking up that time. You know what I'm saying? And the same vice versa. Like we could, we have to also decide if we want the female or not. And for us guys, we actually have like a not a list, but we have a red flag sign. So we have like 3 X's, and one of the X's is like, what's your communication like? If it sucks, that's an X right there. How are you treating me? If that sucks, that's an X right there. Are you looking to just get benefits from me? If that's what it is, that's an X right there. And then with 3 strikes, you're gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so that you guys have to, and the same goes for us as well. You have to prove that you're worth our time, worth our money, worth our going to the next level for you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all think just because y'all look good or, because you hit us up once in a while or whatever, like, oh yeah, we're supposed to just like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Pick up right where you left off.
Right? Yeah. It's not how it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, I think that's what it is. Like you got
now. On the flip side, if the guy pretty much sees like there's no future or anything like that in the situation, and y'all speak every once in a while, and it basically seems like you picked up right from where you left off, then that's all it's gonna be. It's not gonna be nothing more because it's more so I know what it is, whatever it is. My little break I'm gonna have, we gonna smash, have a good laugh, whatever, and then a couple of weeks later, it's gonna go back. We go separate ways.
Exactly.
You know?
And then if you make no effort at all to try to improve the situation, in our minds we automatically think, okay, you know what, this is gonna be a waste of my time. It's gonna be a repeat, and then we're gonna think about our past situations, or the past situation you've had with the person, and you're gonna be like, you know what, it's time for me to like just fall back. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's how we think as guys. Like we see things, we're like, you know, it's time for me to fall back. You know, if she really wants me, then she'll make the effort. You know,
and that's when you're trying to take things to the next level. That's pretty much the way guys think or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you just on some, look, I'm not looking for nothing serious right now, then the guy's just gonna be cool with it as it is and just roll with the punches.
You hear that, Cindy? You should have made the effort.
So, how is it? Break this down for women's perspective on how things go as far as like a guy not wasting your time and, you know, stuff like that. Like if you interested in a guy, pretty much for you, what would make the everything smooth, like the transition smooth from being friends to going into a relationship and stuff like that?
Okay, well, first things first, to throw communication in there again. You know, be honest with what you want. Because I've had too many dudes slide into my DMs and be like, oh, you know, yeah, they're trying to be friendly. And then I'd be like, okay, well, what do you want? Because, you know, at the time I had a boyfriend. And I'd be like, I have a boyfriend. You know, what do you want? Be like, oh, well, I just want to be friends. I'm like, okay, cool. I need dude friends. I don't have any. So, you know, we're just talking and joking and stuff. And then eventually be like, oh, damn, I wish I could smash though. Like, well, that's ruined.
Straight to the point. Like, yeah.
So, you know, if what you actually want is a relationship, let that be known. You know, tell them, you know, hey, this is what my intentions are, what I like, what I don't like, with the communication. And if you know, once you trade that back and forth, I like this, I don't like this, you know, once you both say that and you don't meet it, especially that early on, it's a wrap. And if you do it at first and then it just eventually just fades out, it's a wrap.
It is.
And me personally, or, you know, women in general, I see immediately when it starts to fade out.
Yeah.
And then that's when I fall back and I go, okay, well, you know, maybe he wasn't telling the truth about what he actually wanted. Let me wait and see what he says. If he keep proving my point, it's done. You know.
Right, and the same goes for us. Like, you know, especially sometimes you guys will sit us down and have a whole conversation about commitment, and then you will be turning around and be the ones that's not doing your part for the commitment. So it's like, for us, we'll see that and we'll be like, okay, you know what? This probably is not gonna go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And we'll just fall back and see how it goes. Like our rule for guys is generally give you a week, and within this week, if your actions speak otherwise than what, you know, what we had a discussion about in terms of commitment wise or vibing or relationship wise, then we're just gonna be like, okay, time to get replaced.
Yeah.
That's how that is.
I don't really have an exact time frame. It's just, you know, you are in the running until somebody better fits my criteria.
Okay, that's
and
fair.
If you hit this bulletin, this bulletin, this bulletin, that's cool. But if somebody's over here and they hit more bullets, then you're gone. Now I'm focusing on this one. You know.
See, for guys, it's mainly consistency.
Consistency.
That's what it comes down to. For me personally, it comes down to consistency. And if I feel like I'm chasing you, then there's no parts. If I feel like I used to do a test, whatever, like where it's like say good morning and everything like that every day. Then one day just stop to see if I'm gonna get the good morning or whatever, you know, stuff like that. So for me, it's more consistency. It's more 50-50.
And I do that test as well, because I you know, I will good morning and one day stop. Yeah. And then if I don't hear nothing from you after like 3 days, it's a wrap.
Because it's like, oh, so you was only speaking to me because I was basically communicating with you on the matter, not, you know. Because I get it. They're like, one morning it goes by, it's like, all right, because people get up and sometimes in the morning and they're busy all day and they're like, oh, snap, you know, I forgot to say good morning or however later in the day. So, yeah, that's fine and dandy or whatever. I understand that. But if it's like, if a guy feel, then again, some guys do like to chase, but...
At a certain point in time, regardless if you like the chase, you get tired of the you get tired of the chase.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's something women fail to realize. Like you could have a guy chase you, but at some point in time, that guy is gonna want to take a pause and actually be the one being chased.
Yep. Yep.
It's mentally refreshing for his mind to stimulate his mind and his spirituality. You know what I'm saying? To feel wanted. You know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of you women, and you're like, oh yeah, he still has to work for this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. If a guy has shown enough that he cares about you, especially when nobody else does, then you should be there to be like, okay, how's your day going? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's like a general thing, and you know, a lot of you women miss that. You know what I'm saying? You guys just assume like, oh, he ain't say good morning to me, he's probably up to no good. Instead of being like,
jump to conclusions.
Yeah, instead of texting us like, hey, good morning, how's your day? Are you okay?
Hey, where was my good morning? Even if you say, hey, where was my good morning? That shows
that you have some interest, like
some
Because then I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm so sorry I didn't say you good morning or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But it shows me that you're interested in me. You know, so that you're for me. And the minute I don't see that, it's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. And then you know, I automatically start pushing you away.
And here's another tidbit too. A lot of times, because I had to think about it too, like how you say you want guys to communicate and stuff like this. A lot of times, like for instance, the whole good morning thing or whatever, if upon first speaking to somebody about their likes and dislikes and they're like, you know, I'm big on communication, I don't like to feel like I'm chasing whatever, yada yada. Yeah. So if you go through that scenario where the guy's always saying good morning, good morning, good morning, and then all of a sudden it stopped, and you hit him up like, hey, what happened to my good morning, whatever, that guy don't want to tell you really why he did it. Because he's seeing, if you paid attention to the introduction of the rules of it, like the rules of engagement that y'all had upon your likes and dislikes. So if you forgot that quickly about the likes and dislikes, then it's like, okay, if you forgot something as simple as that, what's up later down the line? Like, you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like, guys don't want to give you the manual, like the cheat code on how to get him right where he want. It's just like, I'm pretty sure women have like something like that too, where it's like, you don't want to...
You're not going to give us all the answers
to the test or whatever.
We have to figure it out.
You have the answers, but now it's your job to apply it. Right. So it's like, yo, if I told you that I like an aggressive woman, whatever, in and out of the bedroom, and then you see me fall back, and it's like, well, how come you falling back on things? I told you I like the aggressiveness, so if I don't see it, I'm gonna fall back. So now if you're questioning me on why I'm falling back, that means you're not even paying attention to what you're doing, like your actions.
Right.
You're just on the ride where it's like, take, and not give.
Exactly.
So that's another thing too with guys. It's like, yo, we're not gonna break down every little thing just so you can give a quick patchwork and then go back to your ways. We want to evaluate to see if this is right for me. Yeah. If you can actually do the little things that, like,
this is simple gestures. Yeah. Just simple gestures. Like, even if you send us a good morning text or a late good night text or, you know, a phone call, even a card. I got a card one time, and that made my day. Yeah. I got a I love you card one time. Aww. So that made my day. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. So it's the simple gestures that shows you care, and I mean to y'all women in general, it's like simple stuff. But for us, it's like, you know, she making some effort. You know what I'm saying.
And that's the thing too. Like for women, for women or men, what you deem is something simple and not that serious is very serious to the other person.
Exactly.
So it's like, say you get into an argument about something petty and you're like, I didn't think it was that serious. To that person, it was serious. So you can't tell that person it wasn't serious because that person feels a certain type of way about that particular thing.
Exactly.
So what's not a pet peeve to you is a pet peeve
to somebody else.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Jake, I'm so sorry for missing you. You know what? We're gonna. You know what? One day, maybe this week, I'll invite you over and we'll just take a thumbnail picture of you and just put it on the video, man. Cause I threw you on the bus like 2 times. Yeah. Already, man. Come on. Just take the L, man. Just take the L for the team. You know. And Cindy, you know, no hatred towards you. I don't feel no type. I don't know if Jake feels some type of way towards you, but I don't feel no type of way towards you. You are who you are, okay? And yeah, you're a cool person at the end of the day, but you know, when it comes to relationships, your track record is not nice. But yeah, you know, stay blessed, and you know, I hope you guys learned something from this, and you know, hopefully that you guys pick up on everything that we say and apply it, you know, and that you respect each other in a relationship, and you realize that communication is a necessary part in a relationship, especially even if you're going through something, even if you have a family member in the hospital or somebody died or anything like that. You still have to pick up that phone and text your partner or somebody that you feel as though that you're with right now. You know what I'm saying? And you still have to reach out to them, let them know, like, hey, I'm going through this, but I'm still thinking about you. You understand what I'm saying? Because the moment that you just become cold towards that person becomes cold towards you. Mm-hmm. Your reaction gets a reaction. That's how they say it in chemistry.
All right. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Time for me to hold it down. Time for me to break it down. Y'all cats don't wanna see me. Y'all better mind your